What is up, guys? Is that GTA Fan 720 with a special unboxing. This is the very first smartphone I ever owned. Before then, I owned some random feature phone, and then I had a flip phone before that. But this was my third phone, I believe, I've ever had. And this is my first smartphone that I've ever had. My first Android smartphone, as you can see, the lovely little Android logo. This is the Kyocera Event by Virgin Mobile. And I know Kyocera is a brand. I don't know what they make now. I don't really care. But this is the phone that I had. And as you can see, I still have the phone. And it's still, well, I don't know if it still works, but it still is physically in good shape, along with my Motorola Moto E that I got after this. Actually, I believe I got that after this. But either way, that is also one of my old phones that is still alive and kicking. I might do a video on that later. But here it is. Get mobilized. Phones with benefits. And it shows someone holding that tiny phone. You can see it in the box. I'm filming with my Note 5. So here's... Oh, geez. So here's my Note 7 for comparison. So this is the size of that phone. This is the size of the Note 7. This is the smallest Note that they've made. And it's a really small phone. It's a 3.5-inch screen. The size is very comparable to an iPhone 4. But let's just get this open. Not really any way to refill it. As you can see, that part's broken. But if we pull the phone out of the package, we get the manual, which I still have, and it has in Spanish. On the other side, it has my phone's serial number, so we have that. I guess I don't really care, but either way, this is legit. Like, this is like all the crap in here. It's basically plug it in, turn it on in 10 different languages. And so yeah, this was my first Android smartphone. It runs on Android. I believe on the phone it said Android. I believe it's a 4 variant. But either way, it's really outdated. But yeah, and this is a 2012 phone. So this phone was released in February of 2012. So that is literally, this phone is older than my, if I can pull it out, my Galaxy Note 2. So here's my Galaxy Note 2. I have a lot of these notes. And that one is older than this. But yeah, so we have you can see my reflection. This is the phone. You can see the way I put it back in the box, very lovely. It's got this lovely kind of packaging where it just snaps open in 2 pieces. So here's the phone. It's very tiny. But yeah, it's a small phone. What do you expect? It's one of these feature phones. Again, here it is compared to the Galaxy Note 2. And yeah, of course this is one of the bigger of the Galaxy Notes, but here it is compared to the Galaxy Note 7. Here it is. You can see that's it's much thicker, but at the same time it's also a lot smaller. So even though it's significantly thicker, it does have a smaller footprint compared to my Note 7. So yeah, like, look at this. This fits in the screen of the Note 7. So yeah, this is a small phone. But I mean, for like someone who wants, obviously this is pretty much the best phone for one-handed users, because literally I can wrap my thumb around the back of this phone, whereas, you know, comparing it to the Note 7, you know, I have the phone in my hand, and, you know, if I'm holding it like this, like I would hold the other phone, I can't really reach, but if I hold it like this, which is how I usually hold my phone, I can reach the top just fine, and I can also, you know, put my hand around that. But this phone is a really small phone. So yeah, we got this thing that's full of paperwork and stuff. I never even opened it. It's probably got a bunch of paperwork and crap in there. Actually, wait a minute. This is from my Moto E. Okay, never mind. I guess I put this in the wrong box. That's from my Moto E, not for this phone. Okay. Which is weird, because I thought, Oh, that's because that's a Virgin Mobile thing. That's not the phone. Okay, yeah. I get that now. And here's the power adapter. No USB. It is micro USB on the end. That is a micro USB cable. Come on, focus. Focus. I don't care. That's micro USB. And then, of course, we got the power adapter. No USB ending. It's just straight power. Although it does work via USB because this thing doesn't take a lot of power. It's more of them being cheap in terms of, like, what they... In the box. Come on. Is it going to focus? Turn on autofocus. Wow, that really doesn't want to focus, does it? There we go. Okay. So there it is. The micro. It's got the micro USB. So just like pretty much every other phone. And you want to know something weird? It plugs in on the top. It plugs in on the top. So you plug in the phone on the top. I guess it doesn't get in the way of your hands if you're using it. But that's kind of odd. Oh, and also, headphone jack. Yep, it has. Think about it like this. This phone costs like $5 now. It cost like $20 when it was new. And it has a headphone jack. It doesn't have a SIM card slot. The SIM is baked into this, which is why I can't use it on currently on Verizon. I wanted to try doing a challenge where I live with this phone and I dropped the phone. But yeah, this is a $20 phone. It has a removable battery, an SD card slot, and a headphone jack. So I don't know why all these companies are complaining about this, but yeah, just kind of pop that back together. And this phone's really durable too, because it's got the plastic screen, so it scratches really easily, but it's durable. So let's power this puppy on. Jeez, my hand looks big on this. Like, look at this. This fits in the palm of my hand. But yeah, so Event by Kyocera. It's not gonna... Yep. So, Virgin Mobile. That's good. And it should boot up in a second. I have tried to use this phone before, but it had problems with the Wi-Fi. And obviously, I'm not on the Virgin Mobile network anymore. So, in fact, Virgin Mobile is based off... Is it based off T-Mobile or is it based off Sprint? I think it's based off Sprint, but literally where I live, no carrier gets signal except for Verizon, and sometimes AT&T, and sometimes Sprint, but very rarely. And T-Mobile's just straight up garbage here, which is why we switched from T-Mobile to Verizon. But yeah, I did install the Nova Launcher on this, but it's still really slow. But I did manage to update some apps, despite the old antiquated version of Android, and it frequently locks up. As you can see now, it's not responding to touch. And of course, we have the notification shade. If we go to the settings, and we go to About Phone, we can actually see this is on Android 4.0.4. So this is on, come on. How long do you have to do this to get it to go? This phone's really slow nowadays. Like, I mean, it was pretty decent when it first came out, but this thing is slow. And it's supposed to pull up the actual like little animation thing, but doesn't seem to be wanting to do it. But this is indeed Android 4.0.4. And it's ice cream sandwich. That's all you need to know. It's ice cream sandwich. I found out that that's ice cream sandwich. But yeah, so it can probably be updated to Jelly. I mean, it could probably be I guarantee you it can pretty much be updated to Jelly Bean. And it might be able to be updated to Kit Kat, but I know this thing doesn't run Nougat. And it definitely won't run anything probably past 4.4 because it just wasn't really designed for it. Plus, it's such an ancient phone. I mean, yeah, the Moto E got pretty good support, but I doubt with how cheap this was that they're even bothering to support it with barely any software updates. I wouldn't be surprised if this is it, if this is all that it can do. And it's still, Android 4.0 is still surprisingly usable. Like I said, you know, latest version of YouTube and Chrome and everything works, but it's just so slow that doesn't respond to touch a lot of times, as you can see. So this phone is pretty much a brick now because you can't really do anything with it. So I'm probably going to be doing a parody. Actually, no, in a few days. Look at this. YouTube isn't responding. Would you like to close it? Well, yes, I would like to close it. If it'll focus. There we go. Okay, and then it pulled up and then it closed. But yeah, so this is that. I mean, this phone is, this is just, I can drop it. And it's still good. Still good. So this is that GTA Fan 720 signing out. I hope you all have a good one. And I hope you all look forward towards the new videos. And drop me some channel name suggestions in the comment below. I will definitely am still taking your suggestions for new channel names. So, yeah, this is that GTA Fan 720 signing out. Hope you all have a good one.